Hey guys, LevelCap here. Today is Monday, which means it's time for an episode of Loadout, the series where you guys, the viewers, get to pick a gun and customization for me to use. The way you do this is you leave a comment down below, and I will pick one of the top rated comments for the next episode. This comment should include a gun, accessories, whatever you would like me to run with for that specific loadout. Today's top comment comes from Crimson Xeno Product. He says, Heavy AUG, the AUG A3 with heavy barrel, potato grip, sight of your choice from short to medium range, 44 Magnum if you have it unlocked, you probably do. If not unlocked, MP412 with heavy barrel, ghost ring, RGO impact grenade, and the M320 dart. Now it takes a little while to unlock stuff for guns in this game. Sometimes you need to get over 400 kills just to get all the attachments for a weapon. It's a fun challenge, but it takes a while. And this clip here, I don't have everything required. I'm going to in just a second, but I'm using the Ergo Grip. I managed to win the tack light in a battle pack, which is honestly one of my favorite little accessories for any gun. Having a flashlight that turns on only when you're aiming down sight, such a helpful little tool. I do have the Magnum here, and I'll admit I misread the comment and I didn't realize that you wanted the ghost ring sight on there, so I'm using the 3x sight on the Magnum, which is something I gotta say that I really haven't been enjoying. I don't think the Magnum's a particularly great pistol, but if you're gonna use it, you may as well take advantage of its long range capabilities and put that 3x sight on there and just surprise some people when you headshot them from halfway across the map. The red dot sight is a perfectly adequate sight to rank up this weapon, but it's got a little too much metal for my taste. And as I've ranked up the weapon here, I upgrade to the Cobra Sight. One of my favorite sights in this game currently. Really like it on any single gun in the game. And I've got the Stubby Grip on here, which is essentially the equivalent statistically of the Potato Grip. I never got the Potato Grip unlocked because I guess I just needed to get all those black battle packs to finally get it, but the Stubby Grip does the exact same thing statistically, so the performance of this weapon is going to be identical. So what does the Stubby Grip actually do? It decreases the spread of your bullets. So basically, if I fire 5 shots without the Stubby Grip, the bullet grouping on a wall should be slightly larger than if I fire 5 bullets in a row with the Stubby Grip. So in a manner of speaking, you could just say it makes your weapon more accurate. What does the heavy barrel do? Well, it makes your base aiming down sight accuracy even more accurate. So you've got 2 attachments that are supposed to make a weapon much more accurate. Now the first shot on the AUG with a heavy barrel is going to be a pretty impressively accurate shot. You shouldn't miss your very first shot, but the follow-up shots is where it gets a little tricky. Now, with this damage model, you're doing 25 damage maximum, meaning you're going to need at least a 4-shot kill to take down your opponents. At range, at least a 5-shot kill, since the heavy barrel no longer increases your damage at range. And now you're going to need to land a lot of follow-up shots to down your opponent. So the first shot is good, but it certainly doesn't mean anything if you can't hit them with 4 more follow-up shots at medium to long range. So that's where it starts to get a little bit tricky with the heavy barrel, because the heavy barrel increases your vertical recoil. Now if your recoil starts to get a little out of control, you're going to start missing your shots and your time to kill is going to go up. Now in my own personal experience, I found it much easier to use attachments that control your recoil but make your bullet spread less accurate, because I end up landing more shots in the long run. I'm able to steady out my weapon, keep it much more level while it's firing, and even if random bullet deviation causes me to miss a shot or 2, I'm still landing more shots than I would with, say, something like a heavy barrel. That's me personally. If you have amazing recoil control, you might be able to take advantage of the heavy barrel and be a more effective player with that attachment. But I think overall most players are going to have a better time using something like a muzzle brake or compensator. So I'm not a huge fan of the heavy barrel and Stubby Grip on this weapon. Maybe Stubby Grip and muzzle brake and Ergo Grip. You know, those attachments might work out a little bit better with the AUG. Throw a laser sight on there to take advantage of some of its hipfire accuracy. Right now, it's just these attachments just aren't playing to the AUG strengths, which is primarily hipfire. Everywhere else, it seems to be kind of a mediocre gun, which is unfortunate. It's going to lose out a lot of firefights. Its rate of fire is average. It's decent. It's above average, I should say. 700 rounds per minute certainly isn't bad, but you're going to lose out a lot of gunfights, especially now that there's so many high rate of fire light machine guns, PDWs, carbines. You're really kind of coming in mediocre when compared to a lot of the more powerful weapons out there. What I get killed by a lot with the AUG is the AEK, the Ace 23, the M416, all three of those guns, which are very popular and you're probably seeing a lot if you've been playing a lot of Battlefield 4, those are going to beat out the AUG in a firefight at pretty much any range. The only advantage the AUG has over those weapons is its hipfire capability, which means you might get the first shot off in a close quarter engagement, which you're absolutely going to need since your rate of fire is lower. Now, by default, the AUG has a .25 aiming down sight accuracy, making it one of the least accurate assault rifles available. So it seems kind of weird that we're attaching things on there to try and fix its problems, its flaws, you know, rather than trying to balance out this gun and make it semi-decent overall, which I really don't think it can be. I would rather try and play to its strengths. It doesn't have very good reload speed. 2.5 seconds is not good at all for close quarter engagements. It doesn't have a very great rate of fire. 700 rounds per minute is decent, but again, it's going to get beat out by most of the weapons you run into. But it does have that 2.25 hipfire accuracy that you see. So laser sight, ergo grip, which improves your accuracy while moving, is really going to help out. So you can side strafe, shoot from the hip. It's going to give you a slight jump on your opponents, which you're absolutely going to need with that 700 round per minute rate of fire. Now, I was a big fan of the AUG in Battlefield 3. I felt like it did a lot of things really well, and it just sort of split the difference of many weapons out there. You could use it in just about any sort of situation, and nobody was going to call it overpowered because it simply wasn't. Any way you looked at it, 700 round per minute rate of fire, you can't call that gun overpowered considering how many other weapons are going to beat it out for damage. In Battlefield 4, unfortunately, I just haven't had the same appreciation for the weapon. It's lost some in accuracy, it's become a bit more bland, and overall just not quite as effective, which is unfortunate. I'm hoping that perhaps it might get a little bit of an update, or I can find some ways to play with the gun that I'm really going to enjoy. But so far, it seems to be a little bit mediocre. The loadout itself just didn't play to the strengths of this weapon, and I feel like we could do a lot of things to improve upon it. So anyway, that pretty much wraps it up for this episode of Loadout. Don't forget to leave your comments down below, letting me know what you would like me to run with for next week's episode. And I will see you guys next time. This is LevelCap, signing off.